OLED TVs are the best-looking TVs you can buy, delivering extremely high image contrast, rich colors, smooth motion, and much better viewing angles than LCD TVs offer. They carry a higher price, but they're a worthwhile upgrade for anyone who is truly passionate about movies or gaming. We are going to take a look at the Samsung S90C series and compare it to the LG C3 series, and we'll help you decide if the Samsung S90C is worth the upgrade, so whether you're a current LG C3 owner. And as always, you can check pricing for any of these products in the description below. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Samsung S90C series. This TV delivers stunning picture quality and great features for a relatively reasonable price, but it does not support Dolby Vision HDR. Samsung's S90C series is the best OLED TV because it checks off all the boxes for picture quality, features, and design. It improves upon Samsung's first-generation QD OLED TV, the S95B series, in a few key areas and is available at a lower price in more screen sizes. This is one of the best-looking OLED TVs you can buy. The S90C boasts awesome brightness for an OLED TV, and the combination of an OLED panel and quantum dot color technology in most screen sizes results in gorgeous color production. Maintaining color purity at high brightness levels is something that OLED TVs have traditionally struggled with, which is one reason QD OLED TVs have so much potential to look amazing. The S90C provides this improved color performance in addition to the many impressive performance qualities that OLED technology already offers, namely perfect black levels, smooth motion, and much wider horizontal and vertical viewing angles than LCD TVs give you. The S90C is bright enough to work well even in a room with lots of ambient light or windows, though it isn't quite as bright as last year's S95B and this year's S95C, which we also like a lot. But unless you absolutely need maximum brightness and are willing to pay more to get it, the S90C is ideal for the majority of viewing environments, and it's otherwise almost identical to the step-up S95C in performance. During testing, I measured almost perfect accuracy on the S90C while it was in filmmaker mode in both SDR and HDR. You can expect rich colors, realistic skin tones, well-preserved low-light detail, and excellent motion quality, especially for content mastered at 1080p or higher. It offers a variety of options for picture customization. By default, the TV comes set to Intelligent Mode, a proprietary Samsung setting that automatically pinches up the picture, adding brightness and color to whatever you're watching or playing. Though this mode can be overwhelming in a dim or dark room, it takes full advantage of the S90C's 1000+ nits of brightness and 99% coverage of the DCI-P3 color gamut, the color space used for Ultra HD/HDR mastering. Intelligent Mode doesn't aim for total accuracy, as it employs an algorithm that guesses which picture enhancements to apply. But it's a great way to watch whatever you want, even much older SDR content, while still eking out all the QD OLED panel performance you've paid for. Our measurements revealed that this mode still maintains a good degree of accuracy, especially in color temperature, the neutrality of white and grayscale elements. We suspect that the average viewer will be fine leaving this mode on most of the time and will appreciate the set it and forget it approach. If you want to do more tinkering, turning off Intelligent Mode enables a wide variety of more traditional picture modes, including the most accurate mode, Filmmaker Mode, plus all of the controls you might need to fully calibrate the TV to SDR or HDR standards. At next number is LG C3 series. This OLED TV is an excellent choice, especially if you want Dolby Vision HDR or a screen size smaller than 55 inches. But it's not as bright or colorful as our top pick if you're dead set on having Dolby Vision HDR, or if you want a terrific OLED TV that's smaller than 55 inches. You can't go wrong with LG's C3 series. While the C3 is a bit dimmer than our top pick, Samsung's S90C, and lacks that model's color-enhancing quantum dots, it still boasts all of the hallmarks that make OLED TVs so great, including massive contrast, vivid colors, and almost perfect viewing angles. It delivers a blue ribbon picture but offers less brightness and color volume than our top pick. Our measurements revealed that the C3 is dimmer than the S90C in every picture mode, but the difference isn't terribly significant until you get into HDR levels of brightness. In our testing, the C3 produced commendable results in color saturation, overall color accuracy, and gamma tracking. But because this TV lacks quantum dots, it does a worse job than the S90 coulombs of maintaining color vivacity when those colors need to be especially bright. The S90 coulombs is better for HDR, while the C3 is better in dark rooms. Despite the C3's Dolby Vision support, I found while watching HDR from a variety of sources that the roughly 300 nit brightness difference between the S90 coulombs and the C3 had a notable effect, one more significant than you might expect. Its smaller sizes are great for desktop gaming. In our input lag testing, the S90 coulombs had marginally less input lag than the C3. The S90 coulombs tested at 9.2 ems, while the C3 measured at 9.5 ems in the 4K 60Hz timing mode, but this is another area where you'd notice the difference only if you were playing games on these two TVs at the same time. The C3 is still an excellent choice for gamers overall, especially because its 42 and 48-inch size options are so much easier to place on a desktop. PC gamers should note that whereas the S90 coulombs supports 4K resolution at up to a 144Hz refresh rate, the C3 is limited to 4K at 120Hz. It's still a dream to play games on, however, and LG's Game Optimizer mode like Samsung's Game Bar is a helpful addition that allows you to monitor and tweak ample game-facing settings on the fly. You don't get the cloud gaming services that you get with the S90 coulombs, but if you already have consoles or a PC to hook up to the C3, that shouldn't be an issue. LG has OLED TV design down to an art. One of the biggest changes in last year's C2 was how much lighter it was compared with Samsung's and especially Sony's OLED TVs, and the C3 continues that trend, especially in the smaller sizes. LG's use of carbon fiber materials in the C3 nicely complements the famously thin OLED screen, making the C3 seem almost portable in comparison with the average flat-screen TV, yet it also feels sturdy. The TV's lightness actually compounds the clunky feeling of the remote control, which hasn't had a design makeover in years. Despite its minimalistic airs, the C3 fits in a robust port selection, including 4 HDMI 2.1 inputs, 3 USB 2.0 ports, an optical audio output, Ethernet LAN, and an RF input for cable or satellite connection. We recommend the Samsung S90 coulombs series because it provides awesome picture quality at a relatively competitive price.